Hey guys, so here what I'm going to do today is I am going to install the 3-inch MotoFab level kit on my 2017 Silverado. Right now I have a regular MotoFab, the spacer at the bottom is like a 2-inch. I want the 3-inch and a 2 in the back as well, kind of give it that 2500 look. Well, here she is. I already have her up on jack stands. You got to make sure that you get her high enough to where even if this drops another inch or so, another 3 inches, it's still you still have the clearance down there to account for it. All right, follow me as I bitch and moan and complain the whole time. So that's why I'm going to do it. I remove this, and I think this one, I don't know. Alright, we're going to remove you both. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is leaking. This tie rod is leaking. Why? I don't know. It's leaking though. I mean, my wife has a Highlander, and that thing's been fucking rock solid, man. The only thing that's messed up on it once was what was the reason? Oh, it was a radiator. The radiator busted. Yeah, I remember that. But and I know what that was. It was nothing to do with the fault of my of the car itself. My wife had got into a small wreck, and I think it damaged the radiator some. But anyway, that's where I'm at. So those are 10s. Now I got to get this tie rod off here. Support it, because if you let it fall, it fucks with that electronic power steering. And we're also going to take off this nut that's down here, so we can pop this off, and then hopefully remove this whole thing here. But let's give it a shot. Hold fast. Alright, so I want to say this is a 19 down here. It is. It's a 19. Okay. So I'm going to loosen this one up here as soon as it can hold. Shit. Okay, let's try it this way. Now I got to go the other way. Okay. This one. There we go. So, give it a quick little whack. Am I loosening it? Yes, I am. Am I? No, I'm not. That's why. Because I'm not loosening it. I'm tightening it. See, this is the kind of shit I'd be out here doing. Just fucking winging it. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Probably. Yeah. Should you follow me? I mean, follow me on YouTube. That's cool. Do that. I enjoy that. I do like... I'm not trying to make money off of this. I do enjoy, you know, doing shit and learning shit. So that actually I do enjoy. What about this one? Is this also a 19? No, this is bigger. What is that, 21? Wow, dang. So when you're used to working on imports like I am, things like 20s and 19s don't usually happen. Especially not on, you know. Leave that right there. So we gotta, so this top one up here is a 21. Problem is that the whole thing is spinning together. So I'm just gonna put a 10 down here. That holds that from spinning. And we'll just do it like that. All right. So that can brace up against that, and I don't have to hold it that tight. Oh shit, it came right off. That's surprising. So normally what happens here is that this is mechanically held on here, so you have to hit this with the sledge a few hard whacks, and then it comes up. Okay, so that easy. Don't expect yours to do that, especially if you live up north. Not even a little bit. But my other side was not that easy, so it's just the luck of the draw, honestly. Oh, and one thing, when this comes out, don't let it hang. Don't let it fall. There's a gasket or some kind of shit in there that when held, it'll break that little gasket or whatever the hell it is, bearing, or I don't know what the hell it is in there. Anyway, long story short, so if you let it fall, it could break it, and whenever you turn your steering wheel, you hear click, 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 click. Rather annoying. Let's avoid that if at all possible. You know, I think I already broken that loose because that was a 19. So now, oh, one thing I can't I say stress enough, but I mean I'm not stressing anything. But if you have the means to in this economy, I get it, man. But I mean, if you're doing this, you probably have some spare money. But if you can get some of these ratcheting wrenches, bruh, they are the bees and also the knees. These things are badass, man. It's not like just like a one-off thing either. I use these all the time. You know what I mean? I use them for everything. They're the Icons from Harbor Freight. I think they're made by Mountain Tool Company or something like that. But get them from the Harbor Freight, and I say that because if they break, you just take them in there and warranty them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to worry about trying to find a Mountain Tool dealership or whatever the hell it is, you know, or a truck or something. So I'd rather avoid all that if at all possible. But that's also an issue. You might get stuck. There it is. Got it. So what I'm going to want to do here is I want to brace it because this thing's going to want to fall towards me. And I don't want that. I don't want it falling towards me or on me or any of the above. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put this back on so it'll release and it'll catch when it releases. Alright, so let's just... So you gotta find a good place to hold this in there. There we are. That'll hold. I don't know why it's not releasing. There it is. So that's the trick. Was I recording? I was. So that's the trick right there. You give it pressure up while hitting this, and that should come off. So that's where I'm at. So that's there. Nothing holding it down here. Okay. So we're good there. Now I can move my jack out the way. Now let's see if I can pull this up. Oh shit, no, the bolt's still on. Good. Good, the bolt's still on. What size was that? Was that a 19? That was a 19. So this will probably fall out, to be honest with you. I'm actually a little nervous that it's going to fall out. But we'll see. Okay, there we are. So now we're going to pry this up. Let's move that back. Yeah, there we are. See, so that's what I mean by falling out. That's exactly what I mean by falling out. There we are. So I just kind of set that back there. Okay, so now here, that's all loose. Now we have access to these two bolts here. This is my spacer, my old spacer. So we're gonna take those out here. I don't know what size these are down here. And then the three 18s that are on top. But first things fucking last. What size are those? 15s? Hang on, let me put this back on here. I always try to put your bolts back where you found them. It just makes it easier during reassembly processes. Okay, what do we got here? 15. Kinda. Is it a 14? That's a flare wrench. That's not gonna work. But it will. Look at that. So we're just gonna use a 14. 14 down here? That's a good question. It is. It's cool. So we're just gonna. I saw a 14. I grabbed a 14. That was not. I should not have been using a 14 for this situation. For this scenario. Or at least not a flare wrench for it. So now that comes right out. So here's the thing, guys. These bolts are too long. These are for these spacers down here. So the new spacer goes up on top. So these are not going to work. So I got to figure out. So after some finagling, had to go on down to the Home Depot and find the right size that I needed, which I have over there, which I have inside the truck. So I found the correct size, I should say. And now I just need to, and I'll let you know what it is. I'll leave it in the description somewhere. Remember, guys, you don't use fucking flare wrenches on these things. It's just that I'm too lazy to get back up to go get it. So this is, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. The fuck? Is that a 15? I'm just not paying attention. Was that other one a 15 too? The other one was a 15 too, I guess. Or no, the other one was 14. What is going on here? There we are. There's that. Okay, that's out. So a lot of the work's already done, if we're being honest here. I gotta get that out somehow. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. No, I need to cross that bridge now. Not when we get to it, I need to cross it now. Okay. What do I do? What do I do here? Okay, should I just pick this back up? Or should I just go down there and hammer it up? It's going, it's going. There it is. There it is. It's out. A hammer Phillips head screwdriver. Not the way it should be done, but the way it's getting done today. Alright, now to tackle the top 3 over there. And I gotta replace this sway bar end link here, because this thing's fucked too. Well, the other one was fucked, so I assume that this one's gonna be not far behind. This is an 18. Okay, so that's not working. That's not doing what I needed to do. And I don't want to, I mean, I'm sure I can break it open with this one. I just don't want to go back to Harbor Freight. Not because I don't like it, but only because I will buy something that I don't need. But I'm like, oh, I'm here already. And then I end up buying it. And then my wife's like, why'd you buy XYZ? Oh, I could use it in the future at some random point in time. That's actually not what happens, but she's really supportive of me buying shit that I'll need. I just like talking shit. It's just breaking it loose. That's all I'm doing here. I'm just breaking it. Remember, these are 18s. There we are. There we are. Right, now I can use my ratcheting wrench. Remember guys, this doesn't completely replace your, these ratcheting wrenches don't completely replace your wrench set. They do augment it. Am I still recording? God damn it. Yeah. When it's on your head, you can't see if you're recording or not. You just hope for the best. Hang on, I'm gonna set you down on the tripod so that you aren't dizzy. There we are, that felt loose. Alright, spin that off by hand. Boom, boom. Done, son. So now, let's just get this off here through this hole that we've created, here. Fuck. Careful with your fingers. It does hurt. It does hurt. Okay, so there we are. So here we are. Okay, so got it here. Now to install the spacer up here, which is fucking full. Right here. So this is the spacer. Where are my bolts that hold my spacer on board? That's a good question. Where are they? Are they in the truck? Probably in the truck. Hang on. Okay, found them. I don't know what size these are, but so there's really only one way this spacer goes on here. Anything else won't let you put it in there. So I thought I had the wrong everything when I first did it because I couldn't get them to line up. Well, I just wasn't doing it right. I just pretty common for me. I just was not doing it right. That's gonna be bigger than that. Let's see what size you are. 17? 17. It's your 17s, guys. First and foremost, let me start them all. I don't want to cross-thread any of them. The fuck? Oh. Oh, that's not what I'm trying to do. So one thing I don't like about this, the power on this is amazing. The issue is the, God damn it. So it kind of, what it did was it kind of walled it out just a little bit, just enough to really get it in and out. There we are. Okay, now back up we go. This is basically it, guys. This thing right here, that's basically it. The rest of it is just reverse order of how we took it out. Nothing special. It wasn't too difficult, honestly. You've been kind of following along real time. Just follow exactly what I did, or at least you can understand the things that I shouldn't have done. Actually, one other thing. Let me go ahead and set these right here. So these prongs here, these studs here, they only go one way up in there. So really, you're like, oh man, it don't fit. No, they do. You just got to keep fucking with it until it does, until it goes in. Let me show you. And careful, because this bitch is heavy. This bitch is heavy as fuck. So manipulating it also sucks balls. You want to get close to it so you don't overextend your back while doing it. This is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. Shit's not getting it back in. Sucks. So let me just. It goes in, because the other side went in, so this side has to go in, right? That makes sense. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break and see if I can finagle it in there. Okay, so I'm back at it like a crack addict. Right, I should be able to push this down some, right? While I lift this up. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take off. I gotta take this off anyway. That's what this sway bar end link. I gotta take that off anyway for because the other one was broken. So I assume that this one's gonna be is also not long for the 12. So just gonna go ahead and take that off, and that should relieve some of the pressure that's holding this up. What is it, a 15? That's a 15. This is also, this is 17. So I'm gonna put a 15 on top. Let's hope. Let's see if I can move that like that. Okay. Okay, there we are. Yeah, you saw how that moved down? That gave me all the space I needed. See, that gave me all the space that I needed for that. So now I can do this. Yeah, this thing is brittle as fuck. Yeah, look, this one's even ripped. That one's even ripped. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. That one's ripped. Junk. I said I don't even live in the fucking north. Anyway, so that's done. That's off. Back to what we're doing over here. Now I have space. Now the space has been had. There it is. There we are. Now I can. So remember, move that sway bar, sway bar in link. If you don't, you'll end up just like me, pissed off, mad, fighting this thing. You're like, what am I doing wrong? Well, dumbass. All that pressure's on there. It's keeping it from falling. It doesn't give you that extra inch or two that you need. Giggity. So now I'm just gonna move that there. See if I can finagle that up. Let me get those bolts, because like I said, the other bolts, the ones that I had on the extendo over here, were way too long. Or yeah, they're long, and the thread is too long, so it'll bottom out on the threads before it ever does any clamping force on this guy here. Right now I just have these loose on top. Let me go get those bolts. They're just, oh, here they are. I got them right here. These are 3/8 inch bolts. I think they're about 2.5 inches, give or take. And I bought some 3/8 inch lock washers to go with them. Let's just see what we see, huh? First and foremost, I gotta jack this up to where it sits. I don't know which way I did the other one. I'm surrounded in a glass case of tools. In the oceans. That's the old one. There's a new one. I'm just waiting for the HOA to tell me something, to be honest with you. I'm always out here doing something that the HOA frowns upon. They never tell me anything, so I guess it's okay, but still, you know. Unfortunately, that's, you know, how it is now. I wish it wasn't so, but it is. So I'm tired of you want your kids to go to a good school district. You go, you get enough. You get in something with an HOA. Do I agree with it? No. It is what it is. Absolutely, it is what it is. So that's all I'm doing, guys. I'm just fiddle fucking with it until I can get it to snug up. Putting a washer on that. That other one had that washer, the original washer. So don't forget to use that washer, because a washer's a washer. A ratchet is a ratchet. Where'd that nut go? You see? There we are. There it is. There's that nut over there. Okay, so that's on. That's on. What size are you? Is that another 15? You are another 15, okay. You are absolutely another 15, okay, good. So let's do that. And where's my thingamaboo-boo? La-boo-boo. Okay, there we go. Now we tighten up the tops. Screw the 18s again. Snug the bitch up. There we are. There's one of three. Number 3. Number 2. Now, I'm not going to spend money on anything else, because after you do this, you need to go get an alignment. That's without a doubt something that you need to do. I have lifetime alignments for it since I bought it. Lifetime alignments at the old Firestone. So I just use that. But you will need to get an alignment after this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, you don't have to, but you're gonna fuck up your tires in like no time. So it's your call. I don't want nobody saying, Fonseca, I don't know what's supposed to get an alignment. Nah, motherfucker, you knew. There we are. Click. Alright. Well, that's it for right now, guys. I appreciate you watching. Get everything buttoned back up just the way it came out. And I appreciate y'all coming along with me. I know it was a long ride, but that's what you saw is pretty much real time. What it's going to take you to do this job for one side, double it for the other side. The second side you should be faster because you got this side down. Yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and y'all take care. I'm going to make another video. No, I won't. Never mind. Cancel that.